Thank you, Mr Speaker. And my question goes to the Minister for Industrial Relations. Will the Minister inform the House whether militant unionism has impacted the occupational health and safety of workers in my electorate of Fairfax and in Queensland more generally?
The Minister for Industrial Relations.
Mr Speaker, I thank the member for his question, and as the member is aware, the Ensuring Integrity Bill is designed to see that our courts have the ability to ensure lawful behaviour on Australian worksites. It is a bill that will apply equally to employer as well as employee organisations, and there are a number of reasons why this bill is critical and why maintaining lawful conduct on workplaces is critical. Unlawful conduct adds to the costs of infrastructure that is borne by the Australian taxpayer, and one of the very important reasons that unlawful behaviour on worksites that it must be stopped is it puts the safety of workers at risk. Now, we know that the CFMEU has racked up $16 million in court fines for unlawful behaviour for over 2,000 breaches. What is less well known is that many of those breaches actually relate themselves to violations of occupational health and safety standards. And last year, Mr Speaker, the full federal court found that a CFMEU official had acted in an improper manner to a Victorian government occupational health and safety officer. The grotesque behaviour of the CFMEU to that official is not behaviour directed at another worker or an employer, but at a safety official. Now, when we look at Queensland, there are proceedings that were commenced in December of last year against a CFMEU organiser for his behaviour towards a Queensland Government occupational health and safety inspector. The construction site was Cairns Performing Arts Centre. The safety inspector was in the course of inspecting exit signage. He was confronted by the CFMEU official who, within centimetres of the face of the safety officer, said, "You are a effing dog." Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the upshot of all of this, Mr Speaker—
if the minister could just pause. I'm just going to make a point I've had to make before about a year ago. I appreciate the minister is seeking to— the member for Jellybrand and the— Let me just say this. Unparliamentary language cannot be introduced by way of a quote. It's quite clear in practice, and I just caution all members, when they're even abbreviating a quote, to just be mindful of the audience.
Indeed, no one should have to put up with that language in their workplace. No one. And the Queensland Public Sector Union now, has a list of 17 sites that they will not let their members, their safety inspectors, visit because, and I'm quoting from that union, work at the locations are deemed unsafe by the State Secretary due to the likely presence of individuals or organisation whose behaviour is deemed a risk to members' workplace health and safety. The Public Sector Union representing safety inspectors in Queensland will not allow its members to go to workplaces because of abuse by the CFMEU because it is unsafe. This is the quote from the website of the Public Sector Union. Inspectors will not attend sites to resolve right of entry issues under the Work Health and Safety Act where there is a risk of occupational violence. And yet the Labor Party's national executive includes the CFMEU Queensland Secretary as its—
The member for